What an incredible morning. I kept thinking about as we were encountering Jesus. His eyes are as flames as fire. His hair is as white as wool. I kept thinking about when my son was 4 years old. He came running into my bedroom one morning early, jumped on the bed, and he said, "Mommy, Mommy, Mommy, I saw Jesus last night." And I was like, "Oh, that's so sweet. That's so great." And then he was like, "Yeah, he's the coolest thing I've ever seen." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, that's so great." He said, "Mommy, did you know his eyes have fire in them?" And now I'm awake. Now I'm awake. And he said, "Did you know his hair is white? It's so white, Mom." His feet have this strong metal on them. He's describing Revelation Jesus. Now, let me be clear, in preschool, I don't teach my kids about Revelation Jesus. I give them the pretty picture books of Jesus. But he's literally described with no fear at all, just this awe and wonder. And he said, and then, Mom, he does the coolest stuff. He's got this huge sword, and he's so kind. Because there were these poor people, Mom, on the side of the street. They were so hungry they couldn't move anymore. And Jesus just went and fed them all. He took care of the poor people. He fed them. And then he looked up, and a dragon was coming. And he wasn't scared, Mom. He just took out that big sword that I saw, and he went running. He went running until he killed that dragon, Mom, because he wasn't going to let him touch the people. Mommy, Jesus is so cool. And then he sat down after Jesus fed the poor and defeated the dragons. He sat down with my 4-year-old and had a great discussion about my son's favorite movie. Guys, when we say that he's beautiful, this is not a vague worship. It is an opportunity to enter into the knowledge of the risen one, the resurrected one, the one whose eyes really are fire, who has no darkness on his head. He once wore a crown of thorns, and now it's just white lights beaming from him. His feet are so steady, they're like bronze. He will never fail to stand, and his power is endless in measure. Whatever hunger is inside of us, whatever needs are around us, Jesus, the bread of life himself, says, "I will feed you. I will fulfill my promises for you." The book of Revelation was not to reveal the bigness of your enemies, but the bigness of your God to defeat them. It was to reveal the revelation that if a dragon comes, he is not afraid. He whips out that sword and he goes running. He goes running to cut the head off of it. Because every knee will bow, every tongue confess that Jesus Christ is Lord for all eternity. What are the enemies you face today? What's the news that's got inside of your head? Let the blood of the Lamb wash your mind and have a picture of the risen one who's ruling and reigning right now to deal with everything that we are dealing with on this earth. His beauty is not weak. It is not feeble. It is a display of his power and might. So right now, enter into that. Watch him. Go running after your enemies, not flesh and blood, but the enemy of our souls. Let's see him do what he died to do. What he defeated sin and death to do.